Hi, first graders. I'm back for another math lesson with you guys. And today we're going to talk about fractions. And yeah, this is not the first time we've talked about fractions. If you guys remember in Number Corner, we learned some about fractions. Do you remember when the bear chomp the big cookie? Yeah. And then the two dogs each ate half of a sandwich. And then there were the four mice that each ate 1/4 of the cracker. Yes, so this is going to kind of review some of the stuff we've already learned. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Before you start this lesson, if you want, there is a link to a read aloud about fractions in your Seesaw. If you haven't already watched it, you can pause this video and go watch that one or watch it afterwards. But it's a great story that goes along with this lesson here. All right, so I want you guys each to grab one of those Post-it notes that I sent home with you guys when you came to pick them up. We're gonna need one Post-it, just one. And as I tell you a story, you'll be folding and cutting the paper in the same way that the girl and the boy in the story would cut their sandwiches. So you're gonna need that one Post-it note. See how it's a perfect square? Yeah, one Post-it. All right, so here is the story. Are you ready? Last Saturday, Kayla's mom had to go to the store. She said to Kayla, "I'll be back in about an hour. Your big brother's upstairs doing his homework, so you'll have to make your own lunch today. You know where to find everything you need in the kitchen, right?" "Right," said Kayla. As soon as her mom left, Kayla thought, I think I'll make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. She got out 2 pieces of bread, then spread peanut butter on one and grape jelly on the other. She put them together and set her sandwich on a plate. She looked at it and thought, "Mom always cuts my sandwiches in half. I'm going to do the same thing." She cleaned off the knife and cut her sandwich very carefully. Here's how it looked when she was done. Do you see it? Did Kayla cut her sandwich in half? Go ahead and fold your Post-it note in half. And then open it up and see, does your Post-it note look like Kayla's sandwich? Is it the same? It's not. How do you know that Kayla's sandwich is not cut in half? How do you know? Yeah, this half of the sandwich is bigger than this piece, right? If it's half, they would be equal. Are these sides equal? Right? This one is bigger. So she didn't cut it in half. All right, so let's go ahead and grab another Post-it note. So you have, or actually, let's use that same one you have. You folded it in half. How would you cut it in half? Right down that line, right? Do they need to be the same size? Yes, they need to be the same size. Imagine your brother wanted to split a cookie with you. You want it to be right in the middle, right? The same size, because if they're not the exact same size, maybe your brother gets the bigger piece of the cookie. And that's a bummer, huh? Right? So it needs to be right in the middle, okay? So you're going to take your paper, your little Post-it note that you folded, and then cut it right in the middle so you have 2 equal halves. So I'm going to do that with mine right now. And look, I have 2 equal halves. Are they the same size? Yeah, one's not bigger than the other. Good, very good. All right, so then the question asked here is, what shape are the halves if I fold and cut the paper horizontally? Well, I folded it horizontally. We go this way. And then you cut it. What shape do we have? Yeah, we have 2 rectangles, right? Now it says, what shape will the halves be if I fold and cut another one of the paper squares on the diagonal? So you're going to need a new Post-it note. Okay, so if we're going to fold it into halves, here's my new piece of bread here. And it says, what shape would the halves be if I fold and cut another one of the paper squares on the diagonal? So to fold it diagonally, you're going to have one corner meet the other corner. Okay, and you're going to fold it in half. What shape are those halves? You see it? Yeah, they're triangles. That's different. Is that another way to fold this paper in half? Yeah, so you could have your sandwich cut this way, so you have two rectangles, or you can have it cut this way where you have two triangles. What's your favorite way to eat a sandwich? For me, for some reason, I don't know why, but I love my sandwich cut diagonally. All right, let's go ahead and you guys are going to take your square pieces and choose. Do you want to do one diagonally, or do you want to do one where it was folded in half this way and you have rectangle pieces? You get to decide. And we are going to describe these pieces in fractions. So remember, a fraction has one number over another. The top number, this is called the numerator. And the numerator tells how many pieces we're talking about at a time. And let's go back. The denominator, that's the bottom number right here. And that's how many total pieces the object is broken up into. So here's my diagonal sandwich. And how many pieces are there total? Yeah, there's 2 pieces total. So remember, the denominator, the total number of pieces, lives downstairs. The denominator is downstairs on the bottom, okay? So if you were going to write these as a fraction, you would write 1 over 2. 1 over 2, just like that. Do you see this? Because this is one piece of the whole, which has 2 pieces. And this is one piece of the whole, and the whole has 2 pieces. See that? Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do another one. You're going to need a new piece of paper, a new Post-it note for this one. So it says, after a while, Kayla's big brother came downstairs to make himself a sandwich. By then, Kayla was finished with her lunch, but she was still in the kitchen. As she watched, her brother made a grilled cheese sandwich and cut it into 4 equal pieces. I always cut my sandwich in fourths, he said to Kayla. Kayla thought to herself, that looks really good. Maybe I'll try that next time, but I still like peanut butter and jelly better. All right, so let's go ahead and take another piece of paper. So the way he just made a sandwich is he cut them into fourths. So remember, when you say fourths, that's 1 over 4, right? There's 4 equal parts. I'm going to fold my Post-it note into 4 equal parts. And so to do that, I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. So my rectangle is going to become a smaller square. And then when I open it up, I have 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each piece is the same size, right? So what we're going to do is label this one. What would this be, do you think? This one mini square. Yeah, it's 1/4, right? Because this is one little square out of the whole square. And the whole square has how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 1/4 of the sandwich. And would all the other squares be the same? Yeah, they're all equal, right? Just like that. Each is 1 mini square inside of the whole square, which is made up of 4 squares. So 1/4. So let's go ahead, and what I want you to try and do, this is tricky. I want you to do this one independently, okay? But this is what you're going to take a picture of on Seesaw. You're going to take another square, okay, and you're going to try and fold it into 4s in different ways. So I've showed you one way, right? I showed you how to make it this way. You could put that on your paper as 1. Can you show me at least 2 other ways you could fold that square into 4ths? I think you can. That's going to be really cool because you can learn different ways you might have fun cutting up your sandwich. All right, so you guys are going to need your Post-it notes, or you could cut some squares if you want to too. I just figure Post-it notes are nice and easy because they're already square for you. And you are going to make 3 different ways of 1/4, and then you're going to put them down on a piece of paper. And also, can you also show me 2 ways that you can do 1/2? We already worked through this one, right? 2 ways you can do 1/2. And you are going to put these all down on your piece of paper. You can use construction paper if you have it, or just regular paper. And you need to label each half or each quarter with the correct fraction, right? See how these are labeled? 1/2. This is 1 piece of the whole, and there are 2 pieces in the whole, so 1/2. So you guys are going to do that with the halves and the quarters, just like that. And then when you're done, you're going to take a picture and add it to Seesaw for me. All right, guys, I hope you have fun with this. I'll talk to you later. Bye.